Willie Garson died yesterday, Tuesday. For the people who don't know, Willie Garson was Mozzie from White Collar.
And he was
in Sex and the City too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Everybody's saying, like, the actor best known for Sex and the City. What are you talking about? But also, like, if you look him up, you'll recognize him because he's been in a ton of stuff.
He is one of the greatest. White Collar is one of my favorite shows of all time. So, in my opinion, he's one of the greatest. Because his character in that show, unbelievable.
Amazing.
So, quick 3-second moment of silence. Okay, now into the Who Would Win of the Week. We have his character from White Collar, Mozzie from White Collar, versus Dr. Spencer Reid from Criminal Minds. This is the thing about this fight, and Andrew and I talked about it a ton. Haven't necessarily filled Chef in on this yet, but he's about to get filled in right now. The thing about Mozzie is he's not one for physical altercation.
No. Well, neither is Reid, though, right?
No. But so the premise of this fight then becomes Reid, as somebody who hunts down criminals, would be tasked first with having to, like, find Mozzie. And that's really more where the fight comes in. So Dr. Reid is the smartest guy by far in the BAU, the Behavioral Analysis Unit of the FBI. He's a genius. And it allows him to, analyze all this data and stuff like that. Mozzie, on the other hand, is a genius in his own world. He can think his way through any situation. He has more aliases than probably anybody in the world. He's a mastermind criminal. So the question becomes, would Reid be able to find Mozzie? Because if Reid found Mozzie, he could always just, arrest him, kill him, whatever. Mozzie's not a fighter by any means. But do you think Reid would be able to find Mozzie?
Well, this is street smarts versus book smarts, basically,
yes,
right?
That's exactly pretty much what it is. But both on exaggerated levels.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's getting away.
You don't think
really?
Mozzie's getting away?
I don't
Why?
think. I feel like it's easier to find somebody
than to not be found.
Interesting.
So
I wish we had, like, the statistics of hide and go seek in front of us right now.
I was going to say, is there any really good statistics? Because how can you count something that hasn't been found, right?
Well, it would just be, yeah. So there's 6 seasons of White Collar. Mozzie worked kind of with the FBI all 6 seasons, and I believe it took them until season 5 to figure out Mozzie's real name. So I'll give you with that. It's 5 seasons of you're working in the same office with somebody.
Are we capping Spencer's time that he has to...
That's a good point. Because with enough time, if Mozzie stays active the whole time, but if he stays active the whole time, like doing different crimes, and Reid has unlimited time to find him, then I think Alex's theory probably becomes true.
I think if you're going, like, lifetime, the real question is Mozzie good enough at faking his own death? That's the only way you're getting out of this. You have to make him think that you're dead.
Which Mozzie does fake his own death.
Yeah.
He actually tries again a second time. And he gets... See, I've seen every... excuse me. I've seen every episode of both of these shows enough times to know everything that both of these characters have done.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I think it comes down to. I don't think Spencer Reid has the ability to think creatively like Mozzie does.
Really?
He does and he doesn't, but at a certain point to Reid, yes, he can get in the minds of criminals, but it all comes down to, like, patterns and stuff like that, right? And that's how he's able to, like, be so good at his job. Whereas Moz can be so creative and make a pattern in the sense that there is no pattern.
I think that's a good point. Like, in Criminal Minds, they're not making the criminals, like, so smart that, you know what I mean? Like,
but they do, though. They do in some instances, and it takes extended periods of time for them, like full seasons in some cases, for them to catch people. But that's the thing is, do you think that a guy as smart as Spencer Reid would be able to analyze Mozzie's behavior to the point of being able to catch him? I might have just talked myself into picking Spencer Reid.
I also think I think Mozzie's like distinct advantage is that he's always so anxious in the show that something might be going wrong, that even when he does the right thing, he's gonna go ahead, because you're saying like, oh, he's gonna follow patterns. So even when he's broken the pattern, he's gonna go ahead and break the pattern again.
Right.
Well,
He's
that's
gonna
what I mean.
ultimately
That's a
get
good
away.
way. Like Mozzie would break the pattern of the pattern.
The only time that Mozzie
now
ever,
I think he might get away. I think he
yeah. So I'm kind of back on board like that too, because the only time in the show that
Playing
Mozzie ever gets caught or even gets close to being caught is because of Neil. And Neil, although a great criminal, has this huge ego that would allow, like, Reid could catch Neil even though he's the best of the best, because Mozzie has no ego. He's never too cautious of any situation. He always thinks that something is going wrong. And the only reason he ever gets caught is because Neil is not necessarily like that. Neil's ego plays too big of a role, and Mozzie is too loyal to Neil. But in this case, Neil's out of the equation.
Right.
Right? This is mano y mano. Mozzie trying to get away from Reid.
You don't think Mozzie tries to like get Neil out? He's like, Neil, help me out.
No way. I don't think so.
No.
And he keeps it from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Mozzie is in. I don't think Neil's in the equation at this point.
I want to have like a 40-hour white collar marathon right now.
I'm in.
After.
You want to know what tonight is actually that we said we were going to start doing?
Oh, is tonight Survivor?
Tonight's the first episode of the new season of Survivor.
Let's go. Wait, can we watch it right when I get home?
It depends. I don't know what I got going on.
It's fucking bad.
So for the sake of time, though,
It's called a calendar.
because Alex does have to leave.
I got another 15.
Yeah, before you got to be in
Yeah.
your car, though.
Yeah.
We've
the
gotta
way that I
debrief.
think that this kind of plays out, I think that Reid would find Mozzie, but they would it's some like dark warehouse, and Reid like busts in, and then Mozzie's there. He's like, "I've been waiting for you," and then they kind of have an exchange of words, but then Mozzie bolts.
Yeah,
he gets away.
We've never experienced the fact of, is Mozzie smart enough to get Spencer to like think like, oh, he would never actually try and kill me. He's just gonna stay away, and then bang, Spencer walks in the room, shoots him down.
Mozzie doesn't kill people.
Yeah,
though.
that's a thing. And Reid would definitely know that. And I don't. If he was if he's been chasing him for a lifetime, I still don't think that Mozzie would kill him, because I also kind of think that there's something in Mozzie that, as much as he dislikes feds, does kind of appreciate the relationship between.
Yeah, he has a respect.
What
Yeah.
a crossover it would be.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah,
I can talk to some
Spencer.
people.
Spencer gets Mozzie, and then Mozzie works. You know what I mean? Crossover show. Mozzie's the new main character.
God. He was so good.
Mozzie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it. Let's do it with Neil. That would be the sickest crossover of all time.
Yeah.
Neil? No. I think that this is tough.
So I think I
think
got to
that-
go with Moz.
I think
for
I'm
sure.
going with Moz.
I think
too.
I'm also going to go with Moz. I just think that he is so good. Like, there's people, when you watch the show, there's people that have been searching for Mozzie for a lifetime. And he just has disappeared off those people's radars. Because he just changes his name. And I don't think.
I can't believe they ever solve any crimes in New York City ever.
I think crime solving in general is like a very difficult thing. Because because it's in TV shows, it looks fairly easy. Like, you just find sperm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's that joke in Superbad.
No, that I was
What movie is that where he's like, I thought there
Forgetting
was
Sarah
jizz.
Marshall.
Yeah, so I thought there was jizz on everything.
yeah, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Because Sarah Marshall is that detective in the show.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh
interesting.
no! What's the show where? Damn it! He's a cop and he's like, oh, at first when I was a cop, like, I thought it was so easy to solve crimes.
That's
You just-
Superbad.
you just
Shit.
look- you
No,
just
it's
look
not.
for. Yes, no, it is. It is
okay.
super bad.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
with the two
That
cops.
part is
Like,
super bad. Yeah.
I was looking for jizz everywhere. I thought there was jizz on everything.
Yeah, there's just jizz.
God, that movie is unreal.
So that's a
Oh,
clean
amazing.
sweep going to Mozzie. And R.I.P. Mozzie. Alex said the same thing to me last night, but I'll say it again. That rules out a remake, because you can't remake the show without Moz.
Yeah.
So White Collar is.
So R.I.P.
Could have a
Mozzie,
son, though.
R.I.P. White Collar.
Yeah.
A
But
little bald kid.
clean sweep from Oz. That will be on our Instagram on Friday. Go on there, vote.
Tomorrow.
Let us know who you would think. If you've never seen White Collar, do yourself a favor, die, or if not, go watch it, one or the other.